Let me tell you the meaning of life. The whole point of our existence is to glorify God. That's the only thing we're here for. This 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 whole existence, the whole purpose is so God gets all the glory, because so many people are lost and they don't know they're lost. So many people have not realized how much they need him and that we cannot do it without him. We cannot survive without him. And I'm on Facebook and stuff, and like I like to go into these random like meme pages and stuff, like socialism pages and all these pages where people don't ever hear the gospel. They don't hear the true gospel, and I try my hardest to reach them, and they're just blinded by the world. They're so hateful, and they just attack me, and they're name calling and just vulgar, and they hate the version of God that they have inside of their heads, and I try to point them, and they don't want to hear it though. Nobody wants to hear it, and they blame God for everything, and but they don't realize that we're here to glorify Him, and that's not a selfish thing either, because when you glorify God, He magnifies He pours His Spirit out over your life. He blesses you, and He radically changes you. And the more you give Him, the more He gives you. And what He gives you is immeasurable, and it's beautiful and perfect. And you got this world that's just full of pain and suffering and depression and pills and drugs and sin, and just people are just lost and running around selfish and living for themselves, and they're just hateful, and like all the horrible things that we can all agree on are awful. We all agree on those things are awful. Um, but when you turn to God, he just takes it all from you. Jesus says, "Come to me, those who are weary." I was pretty freaking weary. I was empty before Him, and I just was hopeless, and I had no chance of survival. And then He saved me, and it's just amazing. And I want to share it with people so badly. His Spirit inside of me is screaming to tell people the good news, and nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants the truth. That's something I've definitely learned over the last couple of years, is people don't want the truth. They don't. They want to remain comfortably numb and ignorant and trapped in their ways. And they don't ever want to step outside their comfort zone and entertain the idea that maybe my pre-programmed opinion about all these things that are going on around us, maybe one of them is wrong. Maybe one of them is wrong, you know? And it's like people talk about all these like hot button topics, like, climate change, climate change. Yeah, the climate is changing. Have you ever studied the government's weather modification program? No? Okay. You should look into that before you jump on board with climate change and sending a bunch of money to these governments. Racism. Yeah, racism absolutely exists. Systemic racism exists. And people love to argue about it, but it's not even debatable. The whole system's evolved around it. The whole system is just designed to pit us against each other as races, against as to divide us as race and stuff. And then the solution is the left elects like one of the most openly racist people that's ever been in Washington D.C. to solve the problem of racism. They I don't know what day of the week it is, so I'm not sure exactly what Kamala Harris's ethnicity is today, but whatever it is, she would laugh about locking minorities up for pot. It's crap. And then another thing, Obama spent 8 years in office. What did he do for the drug war? What did he do for, like, did he change the classification of marijuana so we can start studying it more and seeing how it can help people as actual medicine? Because it's still class one, classification one or whatever, which means it has no medical benefit. But they've known since 1939 that it treats epilepsy. So when they made it a class one drug saying no medical benefit, they lied, and then they ruined people's lives over it. It's just mind-boggling, and everyone's just okay with all this crap happening, and it's just, ugh. I don't know. I just, I've been sounding the alarm for years now, and just nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody wants the truth, man. But here's the problem with that. God is going to show you the truth, and He is going to shake things up on a level that none of you can fathom. Nobody can imagine what's about to happen to this planet. Nobody can imagine it. It is going to be unreal. And through all of the storm, as the whole world falls apart all around me, I know that Jesus has my back. I know He does. I know without a doubt. My faith is unwavering. It never changes. It never drops. Not for a second. Not for a second. And as everything is falling apart around us, and when the world plummets into chaos, that's going to be on full display the real gospel of Jesus Christ. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. It makes me want to cry, knowing how many people are so lost and in so much pain and so hateful and it's just so empty inside. And they're so trapped in their ways, and they're psychologically trapped through like patterns of thought that have been programmed, and it's just everyone fits in a little tiny cute little box, right? And everyone's got their predetermined opinions. Well, I feel this about this way, and this about this way, and this about this way, and this about this way. Do you ever stop to think why you feel the way you feel? You ever stop to think, like, why do I have this opinion? Where did this opinion come from? Do you think it's impossible for someone's opinions to ever change? I've changed so many of my opinions as when I first accepted the Lord, over years he's pointing me towards truths that I didn't believe this then, and I believe it now because it revealed it to me. And He says that He gives you the spirit of truth. And so now I see things so clearly now. It's so different. It's like I snapped out of it one day, where I look around and I see the system and I see the tentacles that Satan has wrapped around everything and everyone, and it's so hard to watch, especially for like my loved ones and my family and friends and people I've known and stuff, and it's just like, oh. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. It's exhausting. I don't know. If anyone's still watching this, according to my YouTube analytics, most people have checked out by now, which is fine. Hopefully I'm talking to somebody right now, but if I am and you're still here with this video, do me a favor and forget everything you've ever learned, because it's all a lie. Everything you've ever learned is a lie. Everything is. Start over. Start over square one. Seek a relationship with the Lord, and He will radically change your life. He will send His Spirit to dwell within you, and you will begin to a transformative process in which you are separate from the world, and you'll start to see how unhealthy the world is and how evil it is, and just how much unnecessary like pain and suffering there is. It's just not necessary. You don't need to. He promises to help us with that and to take us out of that. He promises, and his promises will hold true. I guarantee that. He doesn't waver. Well, I think that's it. I hope this finds somebody.